FearnutZ, it's a show where two guys talk to you. Even though you can't talk back, Mr. Beaton also feels so much to talking guys. Last 30 minutes to an hour, those two guys that I mentioned have a show named FearnutZ. And you should watch it right now.
Game of Thrones.
So yeah, the spoiler-filled episode, this is probably another point where it's going to be spoiler-filled.
I'll get where we start and stop on True Blood and where we start.
I'll add a notation onto the actual thing, so it'll pop up with the word bubble for us as well.
Oh, well, fine, we'll do that. Well, but then they can't skip along if they want to.
That's true.
We'll put them on.
We'll
It'll be fine. All right, Game of Thrones. So,
this is the end of season 2. I believe it's halfway through the second book, is what someone told me.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like fucking 10 months before you get to see another one. So,
it was a bittersweet moment.
It was. It definitely was. And there were some characters gone, some characters new. They didn't really do much with the dragon bitch. And she had her clothes on the entire season. That kind of pissed me off. But
Daenerys is the dragon bitch, by the way.
I think everybody knows her as the dragon bitch. Daenerys is Dothraki for dragon bitch.
Okay.
Anyway. I'm glad she's finally out of that fucking city. Because, like, in the beginning, she was just in the desert for, like, 5 episodes. And then she was in the city, and not much was really happening. And then, I don't know. I think the biggest thing that pissed me off with her was that the dude was hardly in it. The one guy that's helping her. And he's pretty badass. I like him. And he was hardly there. And, they needed more warlocks with the rape face. And you could never have too many rape-faced warlocks.
Creepy warlocks.
They were. But they proved really stupid in the end. They were shocked that dragons breathe fire. And I know you say, oh, they thought they were too little. Here's the thing. If I see some smoke puff out, I don't give a shit how little a dragon it is, puff out the dragon's mouth, I don't go, intriguing, right in front of the dragon's face. I go, holy shit, that thing's about to breathe fire, and I get the fuck out of the way.
I don't know if you would or not.
First of all, if I saw a little dragon, I would assume it's capable of breathing fire.
No, you would assume it could turn into a jeep.
No.
You're like, oh man, I'm going to ride that baby all around town.
That's an anime conversation. That was a different episode.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah, I forgot we switched.
Yeah, and we did not add Sayuki, but that was purposeful because it does not rank in the top.
No, it is a good one though.
But anyway,
So, alright, yeah, this season was a lot quicker paced and slower paced than the first season.
Here, I got an idea. Let's basically break it up into geographic areas. Okay, let's start. We'll start with the desert and the dragon bitch.
Well,
what do you think about what happened?
Cover that. I really liked the large black man. I don't remember his name. He seemed alright, and then he seemed like he sucked at the end, and kind of walked himself into a wall there.
I never trusted him from the beginning.
Oh, I never trusted him.
Just because he was clearly in it for that sweet little white ass.
He was.
And that's mine.
Anyway.
Not my ass. Well, she's my ass. Not my sweet little white ass, so shut up. Anyway. They're gay, not me. Don't look at me like I'm gay.
Yeah. So, really didn't do much with her, like you said.
Yeah.
She was in the desert. She finally found a city in Qatar, or however you say it, Qatar, something like that. It's a queue with some letters. And then, her whole purpose is still to just get home. Get a ship, and she thinks she's going to be able to rally the troops once she gets home.
But she's going to get there and people are going to be like, who the hell is that hot dragon bitch?
Probably.
But anyway.
And then, obviously, it was more about her basically getting her dragons kidnapped, trying to find them, her motherly instincts for the dragons, kind of leading the way. But not really much happened there, other than they introduced some characters that they killed off. And
really the most intriguing part of that, the most intriguing scene or great scene in the whole thing with her was right there at the very end, where the illusion where she met what's his name, Khal Drago again, and
that was
baby.
good.
That was really good. That was amazing.
I think my favorite part was when she opened the vault and it was empty, and the guy was just full of shit, talking about how great he was and how rich he was and how there was just so much gold. And she opens it up and she's like, "Well, you taught me a lesson today," and then locked him in there. I thought that was awesome.
Why you open the door to racist remarks like that? Because I wanted to make some racist remarks there, but we would have got flamed all to hell. Anyway.
Well, you're going to get flamed just for saying that you wanted to make racist remarks.
Well, then maybe I'll make them and put them in the director's cut. Okay, I'm going to make it. Are you ready?
Do it. Do it.
I was saying, he's like most black dudes. He spends all his paycheck on his nice clothes and fancy shoes, so he doesn't have anything left in the bank. Their bank account's always empty. Boom! Buzzing! Anyway, so we'll skip up.
That bad.
That was pretty racist. We're going to edit that out.
I don't think we should.
Anyway, we'll jump to the far north.
I think probably the Hitler stuff from last episode is going to get us flamed too.
Yeah. But that was you, so that's fine. Okay.
I still agree that if Hitler won,
Anyway, we're not
he
getting
would write
back
the
on
history
that.
books. So,
Anyway, so jumping up
all right,
to
the
north.
A lot
we're going
happened
north
here.
of the wall. No, we're going north of the wall.
Yeah, John.
Okay.
So,
Not a lot happened.
a lot happened.
I mean, they went out because
They went out.
somebody's
They
declaring
met.
himself king.
They met the guy who marries his daughters. Saw that he's actually helping build the army because every time there's a son, he gives them to the walkers. I guess that's his barter, so they leave him alone with his daughter wives, which that's a messed up situation to begin with. He has like 60 daughters and he sleeps with them. So that's kind of weird.
Oh, you live alone in the woods. You take what ass you can get.
Maybe. So
I mean, did you see the walkers? You don't want to bang them.
Yeah, that's true. So basically, John went from steward.
There's no way you can bag that hot wildling bitch.
Yeah, he went from steward to ranger. So he actually got to go out, and his goodness was his downfall at the same time because they met a group of wildlings. They were supposed to kill him. One of them was cute, so he didn't do it.
No, one of them was smoking fucking hot redhead. Not cute. Like, I would fucking tear her fur fucking panties off and just bang. Okay, that's a little too graphic. Let's tone it down. Probably gonna edit that too. Yes, she is a very attractive wildling. Alright, there we go. Back on track.
Thought you got on to me like episode 1 about editing and how we weren't going to do that anymore.
Well, it's your fault for making me say this stuff.
I didn't make you say anything.
Both things.
I didn't make you say anything. Anyway, so you got that going on. John actually gets captured by the wildlings. And what's interesting, I'm wondering how it's going to go down between the wildlings and the walkers. 'Cause I'm assuming they're not best of friends. Because the walkers just seem like they're going to try to kill anything that's in front of them.
Yeah, and see, that's one thing that drives me nuts about this series is they kind of introduce supernatural beings all the time, and then so far they haven't really like explained any of them or gone like shown you what's going to come of them. I mean, the dragons have been around for a whole season now, and all they've done was burn some chains in a warlock. The shadow thing popped out of some bitch's vagina and killed somebody. We'll cover more about that in a little bit. The walkers, you know, it's shown that they like to kill folk.
They're basically the wildlings,
they're not
but they're
mindless.
like zombie wildlings.
Yeah, but they're not mindless.
Yeah, they actually, it showed like on the finale, they actually have,
look
like
like
the rank.
Wendigos. Is
Maybe,
actually
yeah.
like what they look like to me. But yeah, it's gonna be weird to see how all that plays out because I don't know how they're gonna interact with the wildlings, and like it seems like the wildlings, they haven't really said they're going to make a march on the wall. They're just amassing an army. They haven't said what they're going to do with it. So I don't know if they're planning on attacking the walkers or what. Because if so, the walkers are right between, from the look of it, they're right between the wall and the wildlands.
It looked like they were marching on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And let us just say we haven't read the books. I'm most of the way through the first book, so this is based purely on what we've seen on the show.
It's for nerds.
But
one thing I did want to emphasize on that, though, is she, the wildling, is the only female that was introduced this season that I actually liked.
What about the medic?
Do not like her.
I love her.
Do not like her.
And I think she's the hottest female on the show.
The wildling is awesome because she's just a crazy, horny wildling murderer freak, and I love her. Love her so much. I want her to be my wife. Or concubine if the hot dragon bitch wants to be my wife. But anyway. I mean, come on. They both got freak written all over them. Just saying. Alright.
You're a bad person.
You're a bad person.
You're a bad person. Anyway.
That guy is engaged, and she's breaking up the engagement, and you love her. She's a homewrecker. That's what you love. You love homewreckers.
He hadn't even met the woman.
No, but he agreed to it.
I don't agree with that, but she was not in the wrong for it. It is the bro code, but in reverse, where he was the one who was in the wrong. She is not.
No. Now, I say he's the one mainly in the wrong. But she is aware of the situation. She knew that he was engaged. So that makes her not clear and free from the fucking responsibility. Still, like 80-90% rests on him. But she's still got to take her 10 or 20 there.
I don't agree.
I do.
Anyway, so we're going to move on to basically where most of the season took place, which was south of the wall and the wars between...
Well, we can take that at kind of a region at a time, too, because let's start with Winterfell.
Well, okay, Winterfell, yeah. We can...
Winterfell and the Iron Shores, obviously. Yeah. The one douchebag that was a prisoner and raised... We'll just call him douchebag for posterity's sake, okay? Anyway.
People like their names.
Well, he's a douche.
He is a douche.
Let's
just run through his list of accomplishments this season. He banged some weird chick on the boat.
With weird tits.
Yeah, he fingered his sister.
He did finger bang his sister on a horse of all things.
Yeah, he got punked out by his sister.
He did get punked out by his sister.
Because the dad likes her better.
And the dad practically called him a bitch to his face.
He got punked out by his crew. Then he goes and sacks a kingdom that all the people are gone for war.
Yeah, and it's nothing but like old women and ladies left who cared for him, who helped raise him, and absolutely no gratitude for that. I understand where he's coming from, like, oh, I was a prisoner and everybody told me how lucky I was to be a prisoner here. And yeah, that must be annoying to hear, but it's still true.
Yeah.
Instead of being a prisoner in a dungeon, you were raised as if you were like the guy's nephew, and he treated you well and made sure you were never want for anything. So, still a dick move.
Yeah.
And then he caps it all off by killing a couple children. Yeah. What a manly son. I hate him so bad. I just hate him.
Yeah, and the whole reason he went to talk to his father was to gather the boats that the Iron Islands had for Robb. And then he just immediately betrays him because his dad's like, oh, you're not, I'm disappointing you, boy. You better, do this, or I'm going to tell with my fist. And he's like, all right, Daddy, I'm going to go screw over my best friend just to make a name for myself.
Yeah.
Which only got him bashed in the head by his own men, who then burned down the city and ran away.
Yeah. And we still haven't figured out what happened there. Because they burnt the castle, and then the kids walked out, and there was no army outside the castle. There was no...
talking, maybe they gave chase or something, but there was apparently like a 500-person army surrounding the city. Then it cuts back, and the whole city's burning.
Yeah, and there's no indication on whether the crew left Theon douchebag there, or took him with him, or took him with them.
Yeah, it looked like they were planning the bartering for their freedom, And then it just cuts to the city burning. So no idea what really happened there. That was kind of bad storytelling.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there either. But so that was Winterfell. And then should we move on to the Starks in the battlefield?
I say we should, go to the Starks.
Yeah, we'll save the Iron Throne city. Stormhold, is that?
No, it's King's Landing.
King's Landing, yeah. Okay, so anyway, the Starks, the boy, the main guy, Rob was like leading the army. Basically sitting with the army in camp for most of the time, hitting on a cute medic that was working in the field, even though he's betrothed.
First of all, they are winning battles left and right, but they're doing it like stealth attacks and very wisely, picking their spots.
But most of this time, like, there weren't a whole lot of battles. There were a couple sprinkled in there, but for most of the time, it's
they defeated the Kingslayer and took him captive.
That happened, early in the season.
Yeah. And then they defeated that one camp where they said to use magic, and the wolves were the two guys. And basically they won 3 battles in a row, and were just kind of moving towards taking...
And the rest of the time they were just kind of sitting, resting and planning their next move.
Yeah. Not really.
But I'm saying, they won a couple battles early on, then they started planning their next move, getting rest for their army, all that, whatnot. In the meantime, he sent the one guy, the Theon douchebag, down to the Iron Isles, and then sent his mother to talk to one of the king's brothers.
Both of them fucked him over.
The mother... I used
we
to
do
like
like
her.
the giant. I can't think of her name either. That she brought back with her.
I think it's Brianna or something.
Yeah,
or
something
Brienne.
like that.
I think it's Brienne. But, okay, so the mother went to the camp. I did like... Oh, no, I don't like that one brother's, the younger...
Stannis?
Yeah, the younger Stannis' brother. I didn't like...
Stannis is the one that was fighting.
Baratheon, the younger Baratheon
younger
brother. I didn't like his wife. I mean, she's
like her?
smoking hot, but she's just a little whore. Just disloyal little whore. But anyway...
She had loyalty to her family.
Here's the thing. She was totally willing to get down on the 3-way with her brother.
That's kind of weird.
I'll give her props for that one, actually. Because she was just trying to do right by her king.
Renly Baratheon.
Yeah, which I didn't like Renly. And
that's because he was gay and you hate gays.
I don't really like Stannis either, though.
The Baratheons are kind of douches.
Yeah, they are. They're kind of self-entitled douches.
I didn't even like the king that much.
Oh, I love the king.
Robert was kind of a douche as well.
No, he should have never been king, and he said that. He said that he shouldn't have been king, and he was a bro though. He loved Ned like a bro
until Ned disagreed with him.
I mean, they had the one disagreement, but that was just a disagreement amongst friends. And I don't hold that against him. I think they were still good bros. They just had one little disagreement. But anyway. So yeah, that happened, and then we come to the other
she met Littlefinger there as well. And that's what kind of set up her betrayal.
Yeah, the Littlefinger came in and offered to barter the 2 daughters, one of which he actually had and could barter. The other, of course, is gone. And so that introduced, I think the last new female was Stannis's, wife,
fire
I guess, concubine, priestess.
Yeah, she's fire priestess. I'm not sure what
and she... while also hot, is a crazy religious zealot, so that loses points with me. And gains them. I mean, it is hot that she's so crazy and religious, but it's also kind of a downer. But anyway, he has another awesome person in his camp, though. His kind of kind of second in command, I guess.
Yeah.
Is like
Jean Reno
confidant.
looking guy.
Yeah, the guy that looks like a British Jean Reno. He is awesome.
Yeah.
His son sucks, but he is
I like
awesome.
the Black Pirate too, and they didn't show him after they
Oh,
did the initial
yeah.
talk.
I was hoping he'd be more
Yeah.
in it. I mean, when he said he was going to fuck that one guy, I was like, yeah, that's right. You fucking with that big black cock. Anyway. So that guy was cool. But both those two were cool. And, but the one Jean Reno guy is the reason I fucking hate Stannis. Because he's such a dick to him. And he's obviously like a diehard bro.
He said he was going to name him the Hand, and he does take his counsel. But at the same time, he was being promised by the Flame Priestess everything that he ever wanted. So, you know, it was wrong of him, but at the same time, he did kind of bro it up. And he was a badass. I mean, he was the first one on the wall in the final fight. But we're still talking about the Starks. We keep getting off subject.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, but Robb, well, and we're just talking about the Starks at camp. We haven't even gotten to the Starks with the other ones.
Yeah, Arya.
Lannisters. But anyway, so basically Robb starts banging this medic, and his mom gets mad. But at this point, his mom had freed the Kingslayer, because the Kingslayer was imprisoned and killed somebody to get out of prison. Killed two people, actually. One of them his own cousin.
Yeah.
And then wanted to, or tried to run away. And while the mom was at the camp for I keep wanting to say Beauregard.
Baratheon?
For the Baratheon camp, she met this giant beast of a woman who, when the younger Baratheon got killed, she was going to go get revenge, but instead the mom talked her into coming with her and pledging her allegiance to her. And she is awesome. She is just a big, hulking,
the whole reason she
awesomeness.
went there was to get allegiance between Renly and Robb, because Renly has the most troops, and Robb was obviously winning as far as military tactics, which Renly didn't really have much in the way of tactics. He was mostly following the lead of his boyfriend, who was a knight, from what I can tell. But yeah, so basically what it came down to was she decided to take it upon herself to free the Kingslayer and make the exchange for the girls, which, of course, Arya has already left the city. She was taken by the Night's Watchmen to try to get back to Winterfell, which, man, this is a long conversation.
Yeah, it is.
So,
it really is. So let's try
we'll speed it up. So basically, she was trying to make the exchange. So she screwed him over, lost face in front of the men. Obviously, the guy whose son was murdered by the Kingslayer wanted his vengeance, and she just let him walk out, which obviously he's sending her back to Winterfell.
Yeah, he plans to send her back to Winterfell
But
at some
he
point.
put
Right
it-
now, she's still in the camp on restriction.
Yeah. It definitely had to hurt his reputation, though, because he trusted
we're getting too in depth
Theon.
here.
Well, this is the whole point. We're talking too much about what actually happened, not what we feel.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna change it. So he trusted Theon. Theon fucked him. He trusted his mom. His mom fucked him. If you're one of his troops, I mean, you have to start questioning his judgment at this point.
But the bad thing is, I don't think he's half as worried about that as he is about getting ass. So I think that's going to bite him.
I don't agree with that.
We'll see how it comes out next season.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of questions will be answered then. But he definitely, I think, was booty blinded until his mom fucked him. And then he was like, well, I kind of
temporarily came to his senses. But when you temporarily take away your attention from a girl that you've been putting off an entire war to lavish attention on, she's going to want that attention back tenfold. And He looks like he's gonna give it up to her.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, don't get too much, don't be too proud of your boy Rob there, because I think next season he's gonna fucking be a dick and a pussy.
We'll see.
Same time.
So, alright, now let's jump to Arya.
Arya was going north with the Night's Watch, got captured again, and when she was getting captured, there were some men locked away, and I was like, God, I hope she lets him out. That one guy seems so cool. I mean, he's going to be so bad. And she helped him out, set him free, and the one guy, total badass. Arya gets all the badass dudes on her side. I mean, she had her dad, she had the fucking dance instructor, and now she's got the man with no face, and he's so badass. I mean, like, he found her in the city because now she's like the chambermaid for the patriarch of the Lannisters, and he doesn't know who she is, of course. But the guy found her, and he told her, you saved me and 2 others. You took 3 lives from the Red God, his god. So he will give you 3 lives in return. Name any 3 names, and he'll kill them. And she, uses 1 or 2 here or there to get some problems solved. And then decides she wants to get away. And he takes out like a whole fucking unit. I mean, he's so badass. I fucking love the shit out of that guy. I got a heart on right now. It's talking about him. You're gay. Quit saying so much gay stuff this episode.
Yeah. So, Arya is in an interesting situation because she did make a couple friends. The one fat kid who I hate.
Interesting. I would say it's a sticky situation. Anyway.
She's also with, I can't think of his name, but it's one of... Stop doing that. We're trying to film. You're fucking making all kind of goddamn noise. Anyway. So...
She's with the Baratheons.
She's with one of Robert's bastards. The one that was the armor smith. So, those 3 are kind of wandering off on their own. Jockin apparently is going back to...
He's not jocking anymore.
Well, yeah, he's not jocking anymore, but apparently he's going off to do his job.
And he gave her a coin to locate him again if she wants to go, if she needs him, or if she wants to go train to be like an assassin like him. Which, dear God,
I hope they go that way, because Arya is definitely my favorite Stark.
Oh, yeah.
I like Bran a lot, but Arya is definitely my favorite.
I don't think you would like the boy if he didn't have the Tard.
Hodor is the man.
Man, we're gonna get flamed for Tard, too.
Well, you are. I didn't say it.
And you say it all the time when the camera's not on.
No, I don't.
Whatever.
Never said that. Anyway, Hodor, one of my favorite characters.
And I like the wildling with them, too.
Yeah.
Because she's a hot little freak, and she's totally down to help the boys. She likes the boys, and pretty gangsta-ass little bitch.
Yeah.
The way she's cutting up people and shit. But anyway.
So, get that going on, and then finally we have the biggest portion of the season was building towards Stannis versus the Lannisters at King's Landing. This was where Tyrion really shined this season because he was named the Hand of the King in place of his father, who was, of course, fighting Robb, so he couldn't just take off, which he eventually does because he basically decides that they lost the North and had to come and rescue his grandson and the Queen.
His grandson that you love, who's a fucking
Joffrey is
little
awesome.
prick.
Joffrey, did you see him with Heart Eater?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was gonna whip some ass until his mother called him away and he had to check on his mom.
And see, this is an area that there's a lot of shit happened that I don't know.
You don't really
like,
understand what happened. Yeah.
Like, the dad came in, or the patriarch, and so he's gonna crack the whip and just kind of be the actual power now.
I don't know. Joffrey could take it.
Joffrey's a little bitch. He'll do whatever his granddad tells him. His granddad's not like Tyrion. He'll just whip the shit out of him. He won't give him one little slap. He'll fucking beat the shit out of him.
We'll see.
But I was talking more about interesting stuff with actual cool characters. Like Tyrion, just kind of got booted out of not only his position, but it looks like the city and just been like completely disinherited and disinherited. Kind of. We don't really know. We just know that he was pushed out and like.
Well, I'm sure there was nothing good said about him, and obviously, it looked like the Queen ordered him to be killed, because obviously he was trying to manipulate Joffrey's death. From the best that I could tell, trying to get him on the front lines, fighting for his men.
Well, no,
the sole purpose of getting him out of the way.
I think that he was honestly doing that just to help win the battle, to help hold it. I don't think that he was trying to get his nephew killed, but, I mean, when the king attacking you is perfectly willing to be in the front and be fighting, then you should at least be present on the battlefield.
I don't know.
I think that was
there was a lot of talk, you know, when he was talking to Cersei about how she had 2 good children, and one of them was this monster that they were going to have to deal with.
Yeah, and I don't think that he would have been, like, greatly saddened had he died, but I don't think that that was the plan. I think, because, like, as soon as the king left, the troops lost morale. And I think that he genuinely believed that it would help morale having him out there. But, that being said, we'll just skip on past that. It looks like Tyrion's getting the boot and going to get asked out. But that's great, because that means he gets to focus on getting back in or doing whatever. Or, you know, I'm still pumped to see what happens with Tyrion. Also hoping that the Hound stays in the story, because the Hound left the battlefield, said fuck the king to his face, and wanted to go somewhere where it wasn't burning, and tried to help the Stark girl for the, like, 50th time. He's helped her out a ton, and tried to take her with him, and she declined because she's a stupid whore, and so she is now no longer engaged to Joffrey, because the younger, keep forgetting the name of the king's lineage. Baratheon. Why do I keep thinking of D for some reason? I don't know. But anyway, the younger Baratheon's dead, so she's no longer married to him. And because he was banging her brother, she never lost her virginity, so she could marry and still be considered pure. And so now she's marrying the king. So, it's a cluster. And it's such a pain in the ass that we gotta wait so long to see. So, you know what? I wish they would just tie up some of the loose ends at the end of their seasons with the fucking Game of Thrones.
Well, you do realize that there's still like 2 books planned, and George R.R. Martin's fucking old. He's gonna die before these books come out. So this is never gonna end. It is not gonna end under him.
Well, but I mean, they're saying the show's starting to divert from the books a bit now, so it may go in a completely different direction. It may have nothing to do with his books by the time it's over.
Maybe.
For better or worse. But anyway, is that it? Are we wrapped up on that?
Well, we still have what happened with Stannis, where basically the Fire Priestess said she saw him taking the Iron Throne, but then they got there and they end up losing the battle because of Tyrion's strategies of the fireballs that set the water on fire, taking out a lot of his fleet, and then the Lannisters' rest of their forces showing up to run off the rest of his foot soldiers. So he had to retreat. We didn't get to see what happened to Jon Reno. Like, he jumped into the water and his ship got blown up.
Yeah.
But we don't know if he's alive or dead. He wasn't with Stannis on the last couple episodes.
I hope he doesn't go back to Stannis.
Still got that going on. And then basically Joffrey named his grandfather the Hand, and
well, his grandfather was the Hand.
Well,
the whole time.
officially gave him the role, and then basically gave him all the praise for winning the battle, none to Tyrion whatsoever. Even though Tyrion saved the city, it would have been taken before
but
they
one of my
showed
favorite
up.
characters that doesn't get enough love is the eunuch, and he I think he was genuine when he told Ned Stark that he's the one person that actually is looking out for the common people. I think he's the one that he uses all his information and everything just to try and make sure the people don't get fucked over too hard. And he's the only one that can even be talked about as a possibility of a motive. Because everybody else is just out to get theirs when it comes to King's Landing.
I don't agree. I believe Littlefinger is a man of the people,
for
the
yeah.
people.
Yeah, he definitely is. But the eunuch even he praised Tyrion and brought him his woman, and so that shows that he knew that was his woman.
Well, he knew because he's the one that actually got her the job.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, but not only that he knew,
but he didn't give up
kept
the information.
It secret. Yeah. And he could have easily to gain favor with the queen or whatever. But he didn't. He protected them both. And I think he protected them because he saw that Tyrion also is the one other that just... I wouldn't say that he was necessarily concerned for the people so much as he's smart enough to realize that they'll only put up with so much before they rebel and kill you.
Yeah. Alright, well... We ran really long. We actually, you'll notice an edit in here where we ran out of tape. But alright, we'll wrap it up there. Anyway, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, first season's out on Blu-ray, DVD.
And if you haven't seen it, you shouldn't have watched any of
You shouldn't have watched any of
this.
this, yeah.
We just broke down the entire second
season, yeah. And really looking forward to seeing where all these stories end up. There's a lot in the air at the end of this second season, and it's going to be interesting. So,
but by the time it comes around, I'll forget most of what happened.
Well, by the time it comes around, we'll have it on Blu-ray, and we'll watch it again. So, as always, friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is the FearnutZ Hour signing off.